sunk an enemy destroyer.
Team, this is Ripper here. You guys are doing fantastic today. Got a really fun video with the USS Hull, a new premium destroyer, kind of /4 Sherman with 203mm guns. And man, another Kraken, man. I mean, I'm getting 200,000+ damage games, Krakens in this thing in the first few days of this ship. And like I said, this thing is monstrous and definitely recommended. But as always, before we begin, like, subscribe, button below. Appreciate all the supporters of the channel. If you like what we're doing here, let us know by giving us a like, thumbs up, whatever, and comments to make this place a better place to learn about sailing ships, shooting ships, and having a good blast, fun, and making friends at the same time. So let's get right to it. USS Hull, it's in the Armory now. Research Bureau, 60,000 Research Bureau points. How do you get it? Regrind the Haraguma line, the cheapest line that's possible, and basically you're just accumulating those points every time you reset it, and you get to 60,000, you can purchase this thing in the USS Hull. I also have Admiral Halsey on this ship, which hopefully I can get a, Confederate, and hopefully get perk the faster reload. But man, 2.8 seconds on 203mm guns. Basically a mini Des Moines, as you've seen my previous video on this thing. Definitely check it out. It'll be the video prior to this, but I did a review on it, and I said, man, this thing is powerful, freaking awesome. And just look right off the bat, we're going to fire HE Des Moines shells, Des Moines cruiser caliber guns, in Forrest Sherman style, where we're getting 2.6 second reloads now. We're already starting fires. Look at that right off the bat. And here's the other thing. We have broadside cruisers. Now, this is the problem I think that Wargaming is going to have to, or the meta that has to face now. You have a destroyer now that can Citadel cruisers, or just literally just pummel, literally, look at that, 3,700 damage. And you can't show broadside this thing. Essentially, you have a destroyer now that you actually have to worry about keeping broadsides from. Now, look at that, Usshull has to actually basically angle to us now, and he would rather give broadside to Vermont's, Brennus, all four of my buddies here, as opposed to me. Again, that is how powerful this ship is. It's a bigger threat than anything else right now on the map, because look at how much damage I'm pumping out on him. And I don't blame the Zao, because now you have to angle to a destroyer now, as opposed to angling to battleships and cruisers, which, if my Vermonts and other guys would understand what's going on here, like they said, look at that, full broadside shots there, and they're still missing. So come on, battleships and cruisers. You got to be able to shoot a broadside Zal pretty well. And he's still firing at me. That tells you the power of the destroyer gameplay right now is literally the destroyer is the king ruler. And I've always said that the destroyer is the crucial component of the game. And right there, look at that. First blood, first kill right there. Splash one. Already 304,000 potential damage right there. That's exactly how annoying this ship can be. 33,000 damage, and I'll go ahead and speed this up. Now, as you can see in my review, basically said that this is a Forrest Sherman hull, Forrest Sherman design. It's a very slow destroyer in the sense, very slow turning. It just drives like an old truck basically, but not the most maneuverable destroyer in the face of this game, but. I still enjoy it. I think it is still the bread and butter of this thing is the guns. As you can tell, the torpedoes are pretty darn weak. Single launch, 2 only on each side, but they have a decent reload. But again, I haven't really hit much with these things. So again, it's just throwing torps out there, spraying and praying, and hopefully you accomplish something. But right now, again, bread and butter of the guns are here. 2.4 second reload on 203mm guns, penning 34 mil pen. So this thing pens almost everything. It crosses that 32 mil threshold. And essentially, again, you have a mini Des Moines on your hands. And look at the firepower that you are going to dish out literally nonstop. So as a good destroyer player, we literally are supporting. Now, I had to run her back because the Zao was pushing a little dangerously there. So I had to make sure I survive, because the key component of the game is the destroyer. And the longer you survive, the more chance your team has to win. So right now we're just basically focus firing down a Schlieffen, which again I think brawling Schlieffens is kind of dead now. I know that the Panzerschrecker had released a video showing a vampire smoking up a Schlieffen, and that's probably all you can really do. Without a smoke screen or anything, the Schlieffen is pretty much dead like that. So splash 2, we get him down, 43,000 damage. And now here's also another good thing is the AP on this thing is freaking powerful. I'm telling you, this thing, like, I like the Druid line, okay? Remember, the Druid British Destroyer is AP only, and the AP is deadly on that thing. But now you have a 4 Sherman that fires AP. Holy crap, this thing can melt, and you'll see it later. I don't think I switched to that. I thought I switched to the Montana right there, but we just basically were trying to burn him down, and he goes down. Entire Charlie flank is down for the count. Not after they take out our Vermont, though. Props to the Vermont for at least pushing up, and that's what you should be doing in a battleship, at least taking brunt force damage there and soaking it up. But engine boost and super heal on this thing are definitely make this ship a great asset, because the heals keep this thing alive, zombie kind of style ship. The engine boost keeps it like zombie style, where you just throttle juking and juking back and forth. And the defensive fire A is the other consumable, which really AA is trash. Even if with everything built on this thing, AA is still trash. Okay, now here's the other downside: is we're not a destroyer hunter killer. We are literally 6.5 detection, and it is you really have to rely on your teammates to spot other ships like a Shimakaze right here. And you can see how hard it is sometimes. You just got to pray for rain, and hopefully those shells actually do connect. It is very difficult sometimes to hit destroyers at range, but again, if they're up close and personal, you got to also pick on the ones that don't have higher DPM. So that's the other downside. I would not pick a battle between a fast-firing destroyer like Haberos, Marceau, Smolin, probably Druids as well. Vampires especially. Anything with high fire rates, this thing struggles with, because it has a decent fire rate and big kind of alpha damage. The problem is the dispersion is lacking. The single shells just are all over the place. If it had a faster reload rate like a 4 Sherman, not 1 would be overpowered, but 2, I think that's the only thing that would compensate it, because the shells are just all over the place. Now here we go. Here's that demonstration of like connecting shots. It is sometimes difficult to connect certain shots, but if you're up this close, man, I mean, you should be able to kill a Shimakaze right here. Just where they see some of those shells are all over the place, and I don't know, sometimes even with throttle juking, it is difficult sometimes, and they're boom, finally get one. Okay, good destroyer player knows that he probably launched torpedoes, so always angle in and change directions while angling in, because you never know if that Shimakaze launched torpedoes. So I always do that, assume that they did, plan for the worst, hope for the best, right? Look at that, already up to 3 kills. We didn't do too much damage, but really this is, I mean, it is just a damage dealer from long range. Again, like I've always said, the hull is really that kind of like 4 Sherman style play style, where it's just it's a good supporter. It's literally just a minigun that there's to fire and support from the mid to long range, and just to avoid all that incoming fire, because you will absorb a lot of fire coming at you. Like there, we took a shot right there from Malaria. And here it is, man. This AP, I'm telling you, is deadly. Look at that. Look at the kind of damage we're doing just with AP shells. I mean, you're a mini Des Moines. You're literally Des Moines shells firing, and boom, he goes down. We did not get that kill. Great job on the Brennus there, and let's see what we can do now. All right, we're pushing in the back here. This game is pretty much over. Now we're just having fun, and we're just trying to see what kind of damage we can dish out of the thing. But, man, this thing can start fires. It's got AP. Man, is this thing powerful. I'm telling you, I don't know. The meta has really going to have to really adapt and overcome and change to this level. Now, thankfully, because it's in the Research Bureau, not many people can get this ship. I've noticed there's not many hulls out there because, again, it's behind that kind of paywall, grind wall kind of thing. And it's probably a decent thing. Eventually, the player base will catch up and eventually get the US hull, but I definitely recommend it. If you are a DD main, gunboat main, this thing is going to be so fun. I've been having a good time with it, and man, I'm actually dishing out so much damage. A lot of 200,000+ damage games, and even Krakens too. I mean, I'm telling you, I only had a few days already gotten Krakens in this thing, so holy crap. Super darn powerful. Okay, now the superstructure on this St. Vincent's pretty hard, so you got to really kind of walk it on and maybe even hit the broadsides. But even though the guns are powerful enough to hit those broadsides, look right there, 1,600 damage. Like I said, it doesn't really matter where you hit this thing. You're getting like nice juicy chunks, and boom, he goes down. Splash 4, taking him out. 75,000 damage right there, ladies and gents. And yeah, that's the power of a destroyer that can run a flank. We are the only guys left maybe from the Charlie flank. Everybody else kind of moved to Bravo, and now let's see, with all that's left is the Janan and Holland, and man, it will melt both. Okay, here we go. Light cruisers, oh man, you cannot show broadside to a 4 Sherman, and just take a look at these shots right here. Take a look. All you got to do is put it on the waterline, and boom, look at that Citadel right there. And holy crap, you're getting Citadels every 2.4 seconds. This is a monster. Look at that, 3 Citadels. Holy crap. Kraken Unleashed. My gosh, I don't know what else to say. This thing is so fun, so powerful. I've been enjoying it. One of my new favorite destroyers now. I would say this is in the top with the Druid and the hull. You have the US. These are mini cruisers basically in destroyer format. And holy crap, these things are freaking monstrous powerful. So more games coming in. We'll play this USS Hull again. The build will be at the end of the video. I want to see if I can perk the Halsey perk if I get Confederate and, pop that perk to get even faster reloads. But even faster reload, holy crap. I've been getting out on 1.9 second reloads in arms race, and it is devastating. Yeah, top 3 right there with the amount of action we can get right there. A lot of AP damage. I'm telling you, the AP is powerful right there. And we are also soaking up a lot of damage with the engine boost and the heals. This thing is a zombie ship. But as always, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, bell button below. As always, if you see me out there, say hello, and build will be at the end of the video. Until then, hope you guys stay safe. We'll see you soon. Cheers.